Welcome to UrbanHood, your learning platform. Urban Food Alliance is a 501c nonprofit which reaches out to the needy and the homeless who need warm, fresh cooked, nutritional meals. Urban Food Alliance services the needy in our neighborhoods. Urban Food Alliance works in conjunction with UrbanHood and Speak EQ. UrbanHood is a free learning platform to promote personal development and financial awareness. We simply ask our visitors and members to make a donation to Urban Food Alliance if they are gaining from the knowledge provided. Speak EQ offers classes at low cost and donates the profits from those classes to Urban Food Alliance. Our mission is educating families to build and preserve capital. Our vision is that all families deserve happiness and financial freedom.
Lines of people formed outside of this New Jersey restaurant today. Khan Baba of Franklin Park offers free meals to families every Friday during lunchtime. The response from the community has been overwhelming.
I think it's great because there's a lot of people that are not working and we're all suffering. You know, we have kids, grandkids.
It's very simple. You walk up, they ask for your name, address, and phone number. They asked me how many children I had, and they gave us some little goodies, some snacks for the kids.
Today I'm seeing an enormous amount of people that need help, and it's really it's sad. But we are very happy to help in any way that we can.
The Urban Food Alliance to reduce starvation in local neighborhoods.
And what I see, the Spanish community, they don't get nothing. So I was thinking to help them out because mostly they work in the restaurant business and they lost their job.
In the state of New Jersey, 1 out of 7 people sleep hungry. That's when I said, look, if you look around, your neighbors can go hungry. Know that our website, urbanhood.org, when you go to our website and all the information there. But if you are new, we highly advise you and recommend you just go to our YouTube. On the YouTube channel, at the upper left side, YouTube channel has a lot of free videos, free educational videos. You can take a look at it. And then on the right side, we have a live chat. On the live chat, we have Discord, and then Discord and the Telegram, and the meetups are all the meetups. The middle one meetups, that one has all the upcoming sessions. So now sessions we have, this coming Tuesday we are going to be doing a session about ETF. What is ETF? What kind of ETF you should be looking. Many of you may know that mutual fund. ETF is exchange traded fund. It's similar to mutual fund, but it has more different characteristics. We'll talk about it, and we'll recommend you some of the ETF funds that you can take a look at this coming Tuesday. So if you are not aware of it, please do go take a look at it. But if you go on the Discord or Telegram, either one is fine. But on the Discord, if you go on the Discord, that you guys are going to see that there is a session very at the top called networking. You click on it, like today's like we do every week or every month, that every week each state we have our presence in each state locally. So this week we met on New Jersey at the breakfast. You can see the food that we had yummy food happen breakfast. People came in and all kind of food. It's not all kind of authentic, different authentic food, American and also the Indian breakfast there. But at the end, we maintain our social distance. This is the guy who I am. That's me. And there is the people who came into this morning. You can see that our meetup. But we had, people with the mask on, and we had distance, and we had a good outing today. Happened. Okay. But at the end, in the Discord, it's not only this. We have sessions like we share with the people that what we buy. If you look at it, this is all paid members stock or what buy, what type of thing we buy and discuss. All the trade, we give our trades. A lot of discussions happens in Discord. But you do not have to be in the paid members. If you are not there yet, you can be with us, learn, and then they join our Telegram. Is a free one, and Discord also we have a free. Okay. But do please join us whenever you are in kind of serious, and then if you are new to the class, that you get learning classes, we have a lot of classes shared here. These upcoming classes scheduled. And if you go there and all the classes details what it is and what to sign up, and details are sitting on the website. All right. So take a look at it, and then soon we are going to make some announcement. But if you stay till at the end and wait till an announcement, we are excited a new program that a new membership program we are rolling out. And those who have not done, you can take a look at it on membership. You see the free member and paid member, the difference. The money we generate that helps us to cause our support. We feed the needy and people who is going through any financial difficulty in their life. We take care of them, and in any way, food or other things in USA and outside USA. So the money we generate for this cause, it goes to the to support our cause. At the same time, also that we spend the money to buy services like if you go Benzinga.com, if you go Benzinga.com, you'll see monthly you are paying close to $99 to $100 a month to be there. So our members, we have a content right distribution agreement with them. So when you become member with us, you can see that in our Discord that we have the Benzinga. You see the Benzinga signal, Benzinga news, all those information comes to you. So that's also another thing, and there are many tools that you'll find out that you'll have a benefit in being a paid member. Again, that's up to you, but the program we are going to announce today, wait, and we feel like it's winning for us and for you. We'll only get paid, means we'll get the money from you if you make money. So our goal is helping you to become a successful trader, investor. If you make money, donate to our cause. That's all. So we are not saying that do that earlier, but any place you go to, nothing is free in life. Nothing is free. There always has to have something. Even the breathe you do in oxygen, the water you drink is not free, right? And also like the light you have to pay for it. Same way that what we are offering that we think that is going to benefit you, at the same time benefit the society. So please do learn, and then same time, share with us.
So once again, guys, just a disclaimer, it's for educational purposes only. The purpose of this week, these stock market talks that we do, guys, is to get you guys ready for the upcoming week, to get you guys ready for, certain plays that I'm looking at, certain tickers that I'm looking at, certain price levels that I think are going to be very significant, and just a few tickers that are on my plate. For those of you that are within the group already, I think some of you made pretty good money last week from the Microsoft call that I made, as well as many other members, right? Many other Rockstar traders. So props to everyone who's able to take on that. But as you can see, right, first thing I'm going to start with is Tesla, obviously, right? I mean, Tesla has been one of my favorite stocks to trade. Once again, Tesla is one of those stocks that's extremely volatile. It can be extremely risky. If you're not comfortable with the risk that comes along with it, definitely sit out on this one and maybe try a different ticker, right? So one thing that I want to tell you guys about Tesla, right? I mean, as we all know, Tesla did have a 5-for-1 stock split. Stock price is currently now at $450 approximately, right? Now this might be a little bit more attractive to a lot of options traders, and the reason why is because the premiums are going to be a lot cheaper now. And let's see how Tesla moves from here on out. Is it still going to move as aggressively? Who knows? Right. But as you can see, all my key levels now, I'm going to have to readjust them as far as Tesla goes, right? But in my experience, I have not come across a stock like Tesla that has rallied previously from about $300 to $2,700, $2,800 in such a short amount period of time, and then had a stock split, right? So I'm not too sure exactly how this stock is going to play out after. Right? I'm just saying that based on my experience. Someone in here might have some more experience, might have seen a scenario like this. But as far as my technical analysis goes for something like Tesla, I have been bullish on Tesla for quite some time, right? Even around the $300 area, 400, 700, 800, 1,000. I've been very bullish on Tesla. Now with the stock split, there's a few things that can happen, right? People realize that the stock was a little overvalued. It's going to obviously see a nice little pullback. That's one scenario. In that scenario, if it does, I do expect Tesla to test this 20-day moving average first and then potentially bounce. But if not, it's definitely going to use this 100-day moving average as support. Once again, I think because the stock is overall just cheaper now, we might see a lot of interest, right? A lot more people are going to be looking to buy this. But once again, I personally would still like to see Tesla play out this week, maybe on Monday, maybe on Tuesday, and see how the stock's new price action is going to move, right? We've seen a 5-for-1 stock split. So once again, I want to see it kind of play in the waters, and then we're definitely going to come back and touch on this again. The long term, once again, guys, I've been saying this for a very long time. I'm still pretty bullish on Tesla, right? Usually, if there's a pattern that forms on a ticker like this, even after what's it called? Even after a stock split, I'm able to identify it. But any specific key levels, I mean, the first support I see is around 430. What I do expect it to do potentially, based on my bullish bias, is if it can hit 430 and then continue to bounce to the upside, right? That's as far as I have for Tesla, right? I mean, I own some stock of Tesla. I am bullish on it. Now, as far as Apple goes, right? Apple also had a 4-for-1 stock split. And as you can see, one thing that I want to highlight in here, right? I mean, I can go back in Apple's charts, and I can identify a lot of triangle wedge patterns, right? Symmetrical. For those of you that did take my advanced technical analysis class, we've been able to catch many different breakouts and make money on Apple, right? And as you can see here, right, I'm going to go to around this area right here. As you can see, we had a nice little triangle forming here. We got a clean pop to the upside, and then we saw a nice continuation, right? Now, following the stock split, there is something that has formed some very similar to it. It's sort of a symmetrical wedge triangle pattern. For those of you that are not aware of what exactly this is something from advanced technical analysis. If you guys are not familiar with some of the terminology I'm saying, I highly do recommend you educate yourself. One way to do it is either take courses with UFA that we provide, and I think there's a lot of people in here who can definitely vouch for the great value they receive from it. Another option is simply to teach yourself. There's plenty of information on YouTube, Investopedia.com, and all that good stuff, right? But as you can see here, we're kind of seeing a nice little wedge pattern form. This is something that I'm looking to trade this upcoming week for the ticker Apple. Once again, I'm going to be going over just certain tickers that are on my radar, and anything that's, potentially, looking attractive this upcoming week. But as you can see, this looks like a pretty clear setup for something like Apple. There's two scenarios, right? Price is currently being held by the 20-day moving average on the 4-hour chart. I do see it potentially breaking out to the upside. If it does break out, my first target is going to be 129. I wouldn't be too surprised if we see some resistance around 129, 130 area. So price can potentially break out here. Price might hold, and then we might see a continuation, right? I would like to see the price hit 129 and potentially hold around this area and then continue to the upside, just because this right here would confirm to me that this is a healthy uptrend. We're kind of seeing a minor consolidation happening, right? Another scenario that I potentially see is that if it breaks through 129, I think it's definitely going to come back and retest 129 and then continue, right? I would not enter on the first break of 130, 129 area for Apple calls or longing the stock. I would wait for this pullback right here, and then I would play it to the upside. So this is the main area of supply right now. We're seeing a lot of resistance around this area. So that's one scenario, right? The third scenario is obviously if we see a move to the downside, if we continue to see a breakout, we see a breakout here, we get a retest, and then if I were to play puts, I would play it to the downside, enter here, and then play it down to the downside accordingly, right? That's that as far as Apple goes. Apple is one of those stocks that I'm fairly bullish on right now that the stock is once again around $100. It's easier for someone to simply buy one share long term. That's the whole point of the stock split. So it's more accessible, right? Obviously, you can buy fractional shares at 400, but now you're able to own one whole share. Premiums are going to be a lot cheaper for options, so it's going to be it's going to be very attractive for people, right? So I think once again, I am bullish on this. I am looking to play this more on the other side than I am to the downside. And once again, since the overall market is still pushing up pretty nicely, I don't really see a reason for me to play puts or short the stock to the downside. I feel like the overall trend is still bullish, so I'm going to follow the trend. I'm not going to use anything as far as shorts or puts there, right? Just to take a look at the E-mini futures, right? What we're seeing right now is obviously we got a clean break last week out of the previous high. We're getting nice push to the upside. We are currently, what are we looking at right now? Bear with me while this loads. Actually, we're going to take a look at SPY instead. All right, I think SPY is actually around 7 o'clock today. It started moving to around 352. It's I'm not too sure if I signaled it or someone else might have signaled it in the Discord chat. 350 or 351 calls. Those should be in the money tomorrow morning. It's taking forever to load. Bear with me. In the meantime, I'm going to see if there's anything in the chat box. Okay. Okay, so yeah, as you can see here, we're kind of seeing some overextension happen. It's definitely a little overvalued on the RSI, but those 351, 352 calls are definitely going to be in the money tomorrow morning. But once again, something can happen by tomorrow before the market opens. But as of right now, I think we're going to open up green. Once again, one thing to look out for, guys, for those of you that are going to ask me about any specific ticker to take a look at, just understand that if any specific ticker gets upgraded and the trend of the overall market is bullish, that tends to follow it, right? For those of you that are looking to trade earnings this week, stocks do tend to go higher into earnings. And if that's accompanied by a bullish market and an upgrade, I mean, that speaks for itself. We might see some nice pops tomorrow. We do have some earnings coming up this week as well. I personally do not trade earnings, but we'll definitely take a look at a few tickers there as well, right? Now, another ticker I want to take a look at is Microsoft. Let's see. So someone said, how about Overstock rallied in no time but no split? So each company has a different reason as far as why they want to split, right? Despite a stock rallying, it doesn't really mean that stock is going to split. There's many different reasons, once again, that a stock has a split. And the thing about Overstock is that it's not very consistent, right? Companies like Tesla, companies like Apple, these are large cap companies. They're companies with over billions and billions of dollars worth of valuation. These stocks tend to rally, and it just makes it easier for larger investors to buy the stock at a cheaper price. At a smaller dollar value, I'm sorry, not really a cheaper price. But another thing with Microsoft, guys, I think Microsoft is going to continue to have a nice push to the upside. My main key that I wanted to see a break last week or in the past few weeks was 200, right? We did see the price break over 200. We did see some general supply around this area right here, as you can see. We got a nice pop up there. A lot of people made money with the Microsoft calls that I signaled through the services provided by UFA, as well as many other traders. As you can see here, it looks like it's kind of being overextended. Once again, Microsoft is one of those stocks that tends to respect a lot of the technicals as far as RSI and MACD. And as you can see, it's beginning to get a little overvalued. So we might see some resistance around 231. We might see this trend sort of reverse on us, right? We're having a nice push for the past 4 trading days. I wouldn't be too surprised if we see something like this and then a potential continuation. That's just a potential outcome that we might see, right? If in any case that does happen, I do see it retest the 217, 218 area on a long-term scale, right? That seems to be the general area of support, and then a continuation or some sort of consolidation between this area, right? That's as far as Microsoft goes. Once again, I am bullish on something like Microsoft as well. I'm going to take a look at Facebook. Let's take a look at Facebook. What's Facebook doing? So Facebook, on the daily chart, as you can see here, we did get some nice pops over here. We did get a break above 280, the previous resistance. Stock hit a high of 304. And now I think over here, this just looks like simply some profit taking, right? The stock didn't really, I mean, if you take a look at what happened here, the stock pushed up aggressively, right? And this what this is showing to us, this candlestick, this green one right here, this big one, is that there was really no seller's aggression, right? There's really no sell-off that happened. This is just a strong daily candlestick. Price opened around 284, closed at a high of 304.67. It was a nice strong push to the upside. No sellers really, caused any selling pressure to take in place. Buyers were pretty aggressive. They held their ground. And then the next 2 following trading days, what do we see? We're kind of seeing the sellers are, fairly weak than the previous buyers. But but it looks like low volume. That might just be some potential profit taking. We are seeing the sellers get a little weaker. So if we do get another aggressive push to the upside, followed by a potential catalyst or some sort of news, or some sort of upgrade or some sort of, market news, I would definitely see Facebook following the trend to the upside as well. That's that. If we take a look at the Qs, right? I think a lot of people have been making money in the past few weeks and even maybe months playing calls on the Qs, right? I've said this in multiple previous stock market talks. The Qs tend to respect the 20-day moving average, right? For quite some time right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Around maybe 8 to 10 times we've seen the stock touch the 20-day moving average and then push to the upside, right? Anytime the stock has anytime the Qs right here tend to get a little overextended, anytime they've been moving a little too far away from the 20-day moving average, we do end up seeing a pullback, right? And a lot of people tend to panic, and I always say, guys, don't panic. This is just a minor pullback, right? And that's what's happened multiple times. And what people tend to do is stock touches this 20-day moving average, they make money up here, and then boom, they come and they sell right out here, right? The whole point is, instead of selling at each dip, you should be buying at each dip, right? You should be buying more and more, right? This is obviously if you have more of a dollar cost averaging approach. So that's as far as the Qs go. Now I'm going to start looking over at the tickers that I'm going to take a look at. I'm going to take a look at a few, and then I think Mushi is going to take over. So about for 5 minutes, I'll look at a few tickers, and then Mushi is going to come back, and he's going to give you guys a little bit more information. And then we'll have a Q&A at the end as well, right? So first off, let's take a look at ABT. I said this the other day about ABT, right? ABT is one of these biotechs, right? It is a large company, don't get me wrong, but it looks to be driven simply by news lately, right? We did see a huge spike, right? We saw from a daily volume of about 3 million shares the next day to about 36 to 37 million shares were being traded. I think this was up on some sort of news regarding the COVID test kits. So once again, it's hard to do technical analysis on this. If anything, as far as technicals go, we do expect a gap that needs to be filled right here around 103. Stock is currently sitting around 110, so it does have this $10 area that needs to be filled. Gaps in the stock market are, think of it as unnatural, right? Gaps tend to get filled. These are just areas that are blank holes that the overall market needs to fill, and then we can possibly see a continuation to the upside. Once again, this is one of those stocks that you need to, if you're looking to make money with biotechs or anything regarding COVID news, or anything simply regarding some sort of news like earnings or COVID news or catalysts or anything of that nature, one thing that you guys can use is Benzinga Pro services that UFA provides, and simply have the news at your fingertips and make your trades accordingly. I personally don't really trade these as much. I like to stick to my technical analysis. Once again, everyone has a specific style, but yeah, that's as far as that goes. WYDAY. Once again, I'm not too sure exactly why this stock is moving up. I'm assuming it has something to do with COVID, but as you can see, another gap that needs to be filled at 219. Let's see. Yeah. This stock is completely overvalued on the RSI. As you can see here, around 84 points on the RSI. Definitely due for a pullback. We are seeing some selling pressure right here around 248, close to that 250 area. So if we do get a potential another push to the upside above 250, I think we might see another pop here, right? Other than that, I think we might see a simple gap fill right here. I think this was simply an impact of good earnings. And the stock does have a lot of gaps to fill right here. As you can see, a gap right here between 194 and around 200, and then gapped up again. But what we're seeing is the buyers were getting aggressive, and now this looks like the buyers are still in control, but we're seeing some selling pressure right here around 250, 248 level. So anyone who's potentially holding that stock around that area, that can either be your best friend or your worst enemy. Best friend in the sense that if we get a pop around 248, 250, we might see another push to the upside. If not, we might just see some continuation of the selling pressure around 250. So that's as far as WDAY goes. It's up pretty nicely, up 12% the previous day. So, yeah, that's as far as that goes. MDB, let's take a look at MDB. MDB, let's see. So this stock right off the bat, I mean, it's not as this, it doesn't have the volume that I would like it to have. I personally don't trade stocks like this, but if I were to do any technical analysis on this, first off, what I'm seeing is it's sort of in this area of consolidation right here. As you can see, stock tends to bounce between this area of 187.88 and 246.98, right? So it's just bouncing between this area. We're seeing some general demand around this area here. If I can draw on this, right? So we're seeing some general demand here, and then we're seeing some general supply here. What tends to happen to the consolidation phase is we did see an advancing stage. Now we're seeing accumulation happen, and then we might see another pop over above 250, 246.98. If we do get a break above 246.98 or around that 245 area, that might be another continuation play that we can see here. I think this stock, as you can see, does have earnings coming up this week. So once again, just to put it out there, stocks do tend to go higher into earnings. So if you're looking to play this, just understand that yes, you can make money playing earnings with it, but it's extremely risky. In my opinion, I see it as a gamble unless you have specific advanced option strategies in place to protect you from any specific downside, right? Other than that, that's as far as it goes for this stock. And just understand, guys, option premiums are extremely jacked before earnings. That's due to the vega value of an option. Just keep that in mind for those of you that are looking to trade or play earnings. People tend to lose a lot of money. Some do make a lot of money from it, but just be careful. I would recommend educating yourself a little bit on it first. That's as far as that stock goes. Now, cost, if we take a look at this stock, what we're seeing is we're kind of seeing a breakout of a triangle pattern here, right? If I switch over to the 4-hour chart, bear with me while my, yes, so costs go, right? So we're kind of seeing a breakout of a triangle wedge pattern here. It's not as aggressive as I would like it to be, but let me just draw it to show you guys. Right, so we did get a breakout above it. Right, so this is what this is a triangle pattern that I'm looking at right here, right? We're seeing some general resistance around 347, and we're seeing a pretty much general uptrend. And now what we're seeing is a nice break above it, right? It's breaking a strong level of resistance, right? We saw some strong sellers here, not once, but twice, right? And maybe even a third time here. And then the previous trading that we finally got a strong break above it. The sellers did try to put the price down all to 345. Buyers came in pretty aggressively, and now the price is trading in the after hours around, what is it, around 348. So as far as that goes, I still would like to see the stock price hold above maybe this 347 area. If it can hold above 347, 348. The main key area is simply going to be 350, right? I like to round it to the next whole larger number. So 350 is the general area of supply, I think. If anything, what I do see happening is if the stock can break up over here and then once again use this as support and then continue, that tends to happen with price action. So that's that as far as cost goes. Now let's take a look at, is only me seeing a lot of lines in the chart? I think that was my Tesla chart. If you're new here, I tend to do technical analysis and I draw out my lines of support and resistance. And for those of you that do know, I am a scalper. So I tend to need a lot of those key levels. Sorry about that. Overstock, let's take a look at overstock. I think I answered that question regarding the split. Yeah, I mean, the stock has just had a nice aggressive move to the upside, right? I mean, it hit a low of $2.05, and now it's going all the way to 128.5. As far as technical analysis goes for this stock, this stock has had a parabolic move to the upside, right? When stocks tend to have parabolic moves to the upside, just understand that there are parabolic moves to the downside as well, right? We haven't seen it yet, but this stock tends to be extremely volatile, right? Where we're seeing a strong green candlesticks, and then we see a pullback, strong green candlestick, and then we see a minor, and we see an aggressive pullback here, right? As of right now, as far as charting goes, as far as any specific chart pattern that I'm seeing, as we might see a potential head and shoulders pattern, right? This right here is a bearish strategy where the stock, uses basically forms three peaks. The middle one's a little higher than the other. These two are pretty much equal in height. And then we kind of see a breakout and a move to the downside, right? It's a bearish setup, but once again, for a stock that has rallied from $2 to almost a high of $130, I mean, this stock looks like it still has strong momentum. People are obviously still buying it. I'm not, I personally don't have a lot of knowledge on Overstock, but the stock looks like it's at a major level of support right here. As you can see, the 100-day moving average. What tends to happen is if the stock holds the 100-day moving average and then pops to the upside, and if the 20-day moving average begins to cross over the 50, that's obviously a very bullish indication. If not, if the 100-day moving average support is broken, that can also be very bearish, right? So if you're looking to play this to the downside, 85 might be a potential area of support. If not, try to look for potential gaps that this stock needs to fill, right? Once again, I'm not so familiar with exactly how aggressive and why it's been moving so aggressively, but there are some gaps that it needs to fill around this area right here. But it's at a critical point as far as moving averages go. This can either bounce from here or go a little bit lower. Next ticker we're going to take a look at is Zoom. Yes, so I think Zoom, so I think someone asked me about this on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, regarding any potential earnings that the stock is going to have, not earnings, I'm sorry, any potential moves, right? So we did identify that the stock is having earnings. And as you can see here in the past, what we're seeing with Zoom is that it had some resistance around 281. We did get a breakout above it, and then we got a retest, and then we saw a continuation. And now the stock is just sort of not really making an aggressive move to the upside, but the price is definitely holding. We did see the buyers take control in the last 4 hours of that trading day. Once again, buyers look fairly weak though. Stocks do tend to go higher into earnings. I'm not too sure if they're I think earnings, when do they report, right? I mean, if they report in the morning, I'm not too sure exactly when they do, but we'd like to see how it plays out. For those of you that do have any premiums, I like to close out my earnings plays right in the morning, just because that implied volatility takes a huge hit and your Vega value comes back down. But as of right,
this one, Zoom has about, I think, $29-30 in the market move for earning, just in case people.
Let me see.
Market move is 29.
So the market move is actually $33 now.
Oh, okay, 33.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So one thing you guys have to understand, thank you for bringing that up, Mushi. The market makers do expect the stock to go up potentially $33 or down $33, right? So once again, one thing you guys have to understand about earnings, right? If you're looking to play earnings either to the upside or to the downside, if the expectation is not met in terms of what the market maker move was anticipated as, in this case, as you can see here, it's around $33. Now, if the earnings come out for whatever, whether the earnings are good, and if the stock only moves up, let's say $20, that didn't meet the market maker's expectation. Therefore, your implied volatility and your premiums are going to take a hit. And the only way you're potentially going to make money is if the stock moves beyond $33, right? If it can move $40, right? And even sometimes if it does hit $33, which is what the market makers are anticipating the stock to move, you still can potentially just even break even, right? This is why I don't like to play earnings as much. The only time I really do is if I have a set plan in terms of options, like a butterfly, straddles, or strangles, something of that nature. But yeah, just keep that in mind if you're looking to trade WRT. What is this? One Throp Real Trust. This looks like something I think you would have to focus a little bit more on the fundamental side as far as what it looks like right now. I'm going to skip that one. If we take a look at Candy Technologies,
How you go?
Good.
Good. Good to be back. Okay. So tomorrow maybe a match. Okay, good.
if you're not muted, please mute yourself. What we're seeing with KNDI is obviously just an aggressive move to the upside. This seems to be like some sort of catalyst. I mean, the stock went from having 340K shares all the way to a high of 124 million shares that were traded, right? So obviously this was simply news driven. You can't really do technical analysis on something like this. So simply look out for news for a stock like this. Zoom earnings Monday, we talked about AMC. So AMC is acting actually, I think, very interesting. The stocks have been up, I think, around 12% in the past few week or so, if I'm not mistaken, past weeks. And I think someone had said earlier, if I can find it again, regarding the movie theaters opening or something of that nature. But that's obviously some good news there. And if you take a look, AMC has some resistance around 730, 735, as you can see around that area right here. So $7 to 735, there seems to be some general resistance. If we do get a break above that, that would obviously put us in some potential more rooms to the upside here. Do they have earnings? Yeah, I'm not too sure if they're reporting earnings, right? But another thing you have to understand is that if you're looking to play this to the downside, just understand that a lot of people already expect a lot of these theater companies to have earnings that are not going to be the strongest. Moreover, what investors want to see is what's going to happen in the upcoming quarters and whatnot. Okay, Virgin Galactic, what we're seeing with this stock is it's recently started trading below the moving average. 2156 has to be some strong area of resistance. We did get a break above it, but obviously we did see a sell-off happen. Now, if this stock does have some more room to the downside, I do see it getting supported around $15, $16, $14, $15, $16. So that area, once again, is a general area of supply. But based on the price action, I think what we're seeing is a lot of bearish activity, right? Stock hit a high of 28 in the past month, I believe. And then now it's just having a nice push to the downside. If you do, have any fundamental, any fundamental knowledge of the stock and you think it's a good time to potentially buy a long term, this might be an area that seems to be undervalued on the RSI, close to 30, around the 41 mark. It is trading under the 100-day moving average. If we do see a reversal here, where the 20-day moving average crosses over the long-term moving averages, that might be some bullish activity. So just keep that in mind. Now, let's see. Mushi, do you want me to stop? If you want, I think you wanted to take some time in between. Then I'll finish off the tickers towards the end.
Thank you, Delaware. If you stop, pause for a second, and you can take a look at some of the sticker, and then I'll give you floor back, and then we'll do Q&A.
Sure.
And I see that someone is asking for. You can see that comment if you can find out some information. While you are doing that, let me share my desktop. Okay. You can see my desktop, right?
Yes, Moshi.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I know that we have some new guests. I just wanted to make sure that those who join us new, you understand, and with being a paid member, non-paid member, some of the differences I already posted it earlier on the website. If you go to UrbanHood.org, you'll click on the membership button. It's going to show you the difference. But if you are becoming the paid member, that happens, then you get to get 3 benefits with us, as being you learn education. At the same time, you will have an edge. The things that you see that that we mentioned, that stock trading, you need to have some kind of reliable information. That's how it works in the market. By the time you hear news, by the time a lot of the people keep buying the stock based on the news they hear from the friends or from TV or from someone else. But the stock market, timing is everything. If you don't get the right timing, then your situation is like this. Not only you, a lot of people like this. The moment you buy your stock, it keeps going down, down, down. And people consider, what happened? As well, it's my bad luck. It's not bad luck, because you did not get the timing. Stock market is all about the timing. So how do you stay ahead timing? You have to have an edge. And that edge is the one that, what happens, being a paid member with us, that you have access to that information, that what I shared you earlier. At the same time, you get to, if you are a little bit active or not active, you get to get that information on time, and you can take that action based on your portfolio. Then the other thing, support. These three things, three benefit you get to be with us as being a paid member. And then you not only learn and protect your money, at the same time you grow. So how do we use your money? The money we raise to support the cause that that we care about, near and near and dear to us and our heart. You can take a look at this in a website, and the information is also sitting here. Every week when we did this program, it cost us about $60. What it gives, you can see the type of food we give for a family of 4 members, a week supply of the food here in the state of New Jersey. So the money we generate first, it helps us, to pay the cost of what we're getting. Then it helps us to support the society. So typically, this is happen. Typically, and it's not always the food. We also give other things to the community. At the end, we bring the community come together and help us. So some of the pictures is pre-COVID-19 picture. I want to make sure that it's those is how come you don't have mask on this. This earlier picture that I'm sharing, and we also bring the young generation, those who have sometimes and have them come in to help us out, in the areas, and then they feel like they contribute to the cause. Now, earlier I mentioned those who is new that and also existing member that I'm going to share with you special. And this deal we try to come up with it a way. How can we start helping you at the same time in low risk for you, and also at the same time it's helping you, it's helping us, and helping our cause. Okay, so each basket costs us $60, but those who is going to go on our website, you're going to see that our gold membership costs $50 a month. $50 a month gold membership. So if you sign up between now and the deadline, you see that expiration, just please do make sure that you understand between now till September 2nd, you sign up gold membership. That one thing we are saying, if the $50 you are spending with us, if in this month you are not gaining that $50 back with your trade, we'll give your money back. We know that what we do is going to help us, help you also. So you can take action, and at the same time, you can take advantage of this special. So what is going to happen is going to give you the trade. Every week we're going to share with you certain trade, and you have to exactly follow those trade. And these trades are mostly, most of these trade are options. Just make sure you understand it's options trading. However, those who doesn't do options, that then recovering this $50 might take longer unless you have more money capital to you can play with it. Then you can do the stock trading also simple. We don't have to do options, but that the trade where we are going to show, we're going to guide you, we're going to coach you, we're going to have you a mentor also, a mentor going to be with you one-to-one. So consistent income is going to give you. Then what you're going to do, you are not going to get every day sit and take a look at it. Well, we're going to tell you what to buy and when to. We're going to give you a certain details we're going to share with you within certain time, 6 hours to within 8 hours to 24 hours. You'll buy take the trade, make the trade, and just sit there and forget. Third thing is like as low as you can have $250 in your account to take some of this trade. The more money you have, the quicker you make more money. Remember, it takes money to make money. But as we said, we are making commitment only $50 that you donate to our cause and be a gold member. You get this brand, and at the end, you have to do exactly what we tell you. We are going to share with you all the rules of the game and how it's going to be conducted. That's going to be shared. You see that orientation. That's why it's important for you to take advantage of it. Your deadline is here, September 2nd, midnight. Not like some of you might go in different places. You are go only UrbanHood.org. You're going to click on this membership. It's going to make a form, and there is a gold membership you're going to see in the middle. And once you can sign up yearly, or you can sign up the monthly. But we know that if you sign up yearly one, you can see on the yearly one of the thing we are offering, we know that our classes, if you look at our website, each class is $150. We are going to give you a coupon for one class. You can get it free. You are not paying for extra. So do the math. You are paying $400 for yearly gold member minus you're getting $150 coupon. So pretty much your net cost is $250. All right. And that one, I know that we have some members, they are silver. They say, how can I get access to it? Those who is silver and you want to get access to it, please do talk to us offline. We will help you to take advantage of the same deal. But at the same time, actually, no, you do not have to talk to offline. You donate to $50 to our cause, minimum $50 to $60 to support one basket for this package. Each month, each time, whenever we do 150 to 160 basket we do. So you donate that money to our cause, and then you will promote from the existing silver member would bring you up to the gold member. All right. That's what I want to share, and just make sure that some of you can take advantage of it. So don't forget that that 100% money back that we know that you're going to get it if you do not make that extra $50 when you donate. That's a special I want to share with you guys. All right. Any questions so far what I shared before I give the floor back to Dilawar?
How long these trades normally in the gold member? Is it like a yearly, like 3 months, 6 months trades, or just
this trade we're going to share with you? Some of this trade is going to be a weekly trade. Some of this trade is going to be the monthly trades. Okay. All the details. It's not like UI. It's not. We do not expect you sit in front of computer all the time. We know most of you have a job. You don't have time to look at it. That's why we said when we share this trade, we'll give you all the instruction. And on Thursday night, which is 10 p.m., that we are going to share all the rules that you know exactly when this comes in, and then you can execute it. You will have to within 24 hours. You just put it in your account, and then it's going to go automatically. When it gets executed, you just sit there and wait, and I will tell you when to sell also, so you can sell. You do not have to sit on there. Okay.
And you said that includes options or just
that one is those trade we are going to do. Most of these trades are options. However, if you do not do options, same rule is going to apply with the stock. Then with the stock means, let's say option also we teach people that if you have money that to buy, we tell you buy 50 Apple stock. Let's say 50 Apple stock is how much today's market, 50 times, so less than 100, it's 5,000, right? But saying and that 100 is cost $10,000, 100 Apple. But if you have $10,000, yeah, you can buy a stock and just sit there and wait when we say that to sell it. Okay. So you do not have to participate in that exactly same order in options. All right.
Hey Mushi, this is Shan. I'm a regular annual member. Like I saw that you wrote like $450 for the gold member, and then you can upgrade with paying $50. Like I'm the regular. I paid the $120 and became the annual member. So where do I fit in? Like, do I also get the alerts, or should I become a special member during this?
So that actually, Shan, that's a very good question. I have not thought about existing member, how existing member can be part of all this. But this rule is just like for the member who come in, and we introduce this they're here. But one thing I can take and do that, I know you guys are existing member. Since you already said existing silver can donate $50 upgraded, same way we will do that. Same rule for you guys. Donate $50 and you get upgraded to the gold. Okay.
Okay. So the existing members, like, should I consider myself as a silver member, because I don't know whether like what sort of member.
That's yeah. Those who have not done before, who will take that for now. Who will upgrade you to gold and just donate the $50 to $60 to our cause.
order to support one basket.
Okay, and like, do we have a separate group for the gold
Yes,
members?
for our gold member is actually a very good question. Everyone who is going to be part of it, we are going to put you in a separate WhatsApp group. Just like WhatsApp, only silver members are not our existing members, no WhatsApp group, everything Discord. We have a separate WhatsApp group for platinum member. You will be part of that, the gold member WhatsApp group. And then during the orientation on 9:30, we'll share all the details, how we're going to maintain this communication. And this month, especially, this is the new idea we are doing it. We know that we are very confident it's going to work out very well, and then we're going to make it better. Okay, so that's why we're giving 1 month. 1 month will tell you exactly what to buy, what to sell, and you have to follow exactly based on everything we tell you. And then we know that the money you're putting in there, you're not going to recover that money. You're going to make more money. But our minimum goal is make sure you invested in with us $50. We help you to recover $50 plus more. Okay. If we do not do that, it doesn't. We get your money back.
Okay.
All right.
So I think we will discuss more on the Thursday.
Yes, Thursday is going to be orientation. That time, all the details is going to be shared. Correct.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Okay. Any other question? Cool. So it's how do you do it? Just like I'll say urbanhood.org, and you'll see membership. Click membership, and you'll see the 3 level of membership. It tells you can be monthly gold member or you can be yearly gold member. Being yearly, you get a one class free. Then we'll share with you all the details. Plus, you get all the other same thing applies. 100% of money you do not recover the money you invest with us, and at the same time you do not make those money. We'll refund your money. All right, Delavar, floor is yours.
Okay, I'm going to start sharing my screen again, guys. Oh, it's already shared. Sorry about that. But let's get back to a few tickers, right? So Bank of America, one of the tickers I was looking at. As you can see here, there is a nice little cup and handle formation being formed here, right? Obviously, it's not your traditional, horizontal. This looks like a little more of a diagonal, but it does look like cup and handle to me. I'm not too sure. I don't really trade a lot of these into these banks. They don't really move as aggressive as I would like them to move. These are not my cup of tea. That's not what I really trade. But as far as technical, as far as technical analysis goes, this is one of the chart patterns that we're seeing right now. Once again, once we do see a break out of this resistance here, we might see it potentially break out, retest, and then continue to the upside. In any case that it does, these are my key levels that I have here. As you can see, 27.42, 28.4, 29.78. And then obviously more of a long-term perspective, I do see it potentially filling this gap around this area right here. It looks like that $34 mark, right? I think when it comes to banks, you need to be a little bit more aware of the fundamentals as well as what's going on around the world, and just keeping a lot more into account versus something like, SPY and Apple that respect a lot of the RSI, MACD, and all that good stuff, right? So that's that. Next ticker is Docu. I think Docu, someone said, is having earnings this week, if I'm not mistaken. But in any case, if they are, just keep in mind, guys, earnings, very risky. I've been saying this a lot. I think you guys got the gist of it for the most part. But what we're seeing right now is we're seeing a nice little bounce from the moving averages here. We do see some general resistance around 225, 224 area. Other than that, if we get a break above that, we're going to see a hit potentially 230, right? Now, just keep in mind, DocuSign has once again been another one of those COVID-friendly stocks. I think if Zoom reports good earnings, I wouldn't be too surprised if Docu follows that same trend, right? But as far as technicals go, it doesn't look like it's extremely overvalued. It looks like it's just a little bit overvalued, but not too much, right? It's valued around 58 points on the RSI. I'm not too sure on exactly what the fundamentals are of this company, but that's as far as my technicals go. Next we have here is VERX, Vertex Incorporated. Stock hit a low of 22, had hit a nice movement up to $30. Let's see what this is. I want to see if there's volume. Oh, so it looks like a fairly new stock. I think it was recently IPO'd. As you see here, the day it was IPO'd, I think we did see a lot of volume there. As you can see, we did see it hit a nice $30 high. Once again, when a stock is fairly new on the market, I like to see it develop more of a price action history and then make a hypothesis accordingly. I want to see it play out a little bit more. We did get a nice little breakout of a resistance point here. Stock hit a high around $30. So $30 seems to be some general resistance, but this looks like a pretty bearish candlestick. I wouldn't be too surprised if we see some downside. But once a new stock hits the market, we want to see if there's any news, any earnings, anything that can potentially prop the stock up, that can potentially give us some sort of price action, and let us know whether stock is overvalued, undervalued at different price points. Which brings me to this stock right here. So I don't really trade a lot of these speculative stocks. I stick to mainly options and mainly large cap stocks based on my risk tolerance. But as you can see here, recently I started buying some of the BLNK. And as you can see here, this has been a general strong area of support. Stock hit a high of $14. I think I was actually going live when I was trading this at one Thursday live not too long ago. But as you see here, my key levels are very much prevalent. This seems to be a bearish candlestick that formed on the previous trading day. If the market does tend to prop up tomorrow, I wouldn't be too surprised if BLNK follows that same trend. I think Blink is also one of those stocks that's heavily news-based. And in order to trade that, what I'm doing is I'm making use of the Benzinga Pro services that UFA provides, and keeping up with any catalyst. Therefore, I can make the best decision as whether I want to buy or sell. Also, I think on September 2nd, this upcoming Wednesday, BLNK is also going to be reporting at an investor conference, right? Once again, we haven't had one of these conferences in a while. A lot of them are going to slowly start coming back with CDC guidelines. When these conferences tend to happen, there's some sort of news that attracts investors. Stock tends to go up. I wouldn't be too surprised if this BLNK goes higher into the conference and then potentially pops after that. Once again, this is purely speculative. This is extremely risky. If you're not familiar with it, I do not recommend you trade with this, right? As well as Blink Charging Director. As you see here, BLNK Charging Director buys 10,000 shares at around $8 a share. So that's obviously another bullish sign. Other than that, that's all I have for this specific ticker. Now, I think the other ticker that someone wanted me to take a look at was Peloton, right? So Peloton, if you're not muted, guys, just please mute yourself. But what we're seeing with Peloton is $73 as a resistance, strong pop-up above it. If we do see another candlestick close above $73, I think we might see this trend continue to the upside. Once again, guys, stocks do tend to go higher into earnings, especially with something like Peloton. I think a lot of people are going to be a little bit more bullish. And the reason why is because it's been one of those COVID-friendly stocks. I think their numbers jumped up dramatically. A lot of people have been using them. Once again, I'm just simply saying this based on assumption. I don't know exactly what their fundamentals are, but just make yourself a little bit more familiar with the company if you're trying to play earnings. But that's as far as I have for Peloton. CRM, right? So Salesforce, what I'm seeing right off the bat right here is there's just a huge gap right here, right? Once again, guys, stocks do need to fill this gap. Even though this move to the upside might be validated, we might have seen a huge pop to the upside. Just keep in mind that it's extremely overvalued on the RSI. This thing has to come back down eventually. We might not know exactly when that's going to happen, but a strong pop right here. I think this was on Wednesday, and then Thursday another strong pop, and then Friday we kind of saw some sellers take control, but they're very weak, right? I think I'm going to want to see Monday play out and see how the stock performs after that. But other than that, the stock, I want to see if it can hold above this level, and then if it can continue. If not, I wouldn't be too surprised if we can see it potentially fill a gap more in a long-term perspective, right? The stock has pushed up pretty nicely just in the past week, right? I mean, if I were to take a look, the stock is up around, let's say, hit a high of around, it was up about 35% at one point last week, up $72, right? That's a huge move. Once again, when a lot of these stocks that don't really do this often, make this kind of move, don't be too surprised if we do see a potential move to the downside. But in any case scenario, what I'm seeing, it looks like it's fairly bullish still. There can be a little bit more room to the upside, but just so be aware of this gap if any negative catalyst comes. But once again, I think the market might open up in the green tomorrow. So I think Salesforce might just follow that trend, just like a lot of other stocks. So for the most part, guys, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for joining. Mushi, if you want to sort of close it out here.
Yes, thank you, Dilaver.
Mushi, if you could allow me to say a few words before you take over again. With the gold promotion that you rolled out to the members, I just want everybody to be clear that the $50 that they, pay or donate, that's going to be monthly, to upgrade to the gold membership. It's not going to be a one-time thing. So, it's just not fair for somebody who paid $400 for gold. It's not fair to allow somebody who is on a 120 membership to only pay $50 one time, and be at 170 and have gold privilege like somebody that paid $400. It's just not fair. So to be fair, we're rolling it out as a monthly thing at $50 a month to be part of the gold, and you're going to get exclusive trades. And like Mushi said, you're guaranteed to make money or your money back. So
right, yeah. Thanks, Omar.
What better than that?
Right, Omar. Thank you. The other thing I want to let people know, please do know that when I quoted this price is I was looking on the website. Many of you know that we have a third-party company updating website. Our price is changing, and the updated price, do not get surprised if it changes tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Okay, but then I do not know that I can go back change it. But while it happens, some of you already saw that as the website updated, and then you went back and you donated it in different way to us. So that's all I want to make sure that you guys know, that if that website membership says our gold membership price is also going to be readjusted, we have a team that who is working on all the membership, all the details. So between now till this deal is only valid till this, or whichever comes first, website gets updated. Okay, if it does happen, then it doesn't. There's nothing I can do, because like what Omar said, I know that you couldn't take it, and that's the part of the things we have to do. Take it in life, and the deal is not going to be always sitting there. So we wish you all the best, and please do not, if this gets recorded, and I'm going to share this recording, I want to make sure again that whatever I shared, if the expiration date is 9/2 or website update, whichever comes first is going to happen. Our orientation is going to be on 9/3. All right, and then this new membership is we are going to share all the details on 9/3, how we are going to be share the details, and then at the end of the day, all 5 things. You not only looking in consistent income, we know you are busy. We'll give you trade. We'll help or tell you that buy and forget. You do not have to keep looking at it all the time. We'll tell you when to sell it. We'll figure out a way of our method of communication. So this way, for now, we said, okay, it's all what's up. You just do not have to look at all the time. But if you can have that group alone, just say, okay, email me that, alert me that, or you keep an eye on this one, okay? And they stay disciplined, and 100% money back that you're going to get, whatever you're putting into BKM. Take advantage of this promotion. All right.
Can I add one more thing real quick?
Go ahead.
Just to be fair also for the people that just signed up recently for the yearly silver at $250 for the year. And when I mean recently, I mean within the last month. Just to be fair, we'll allow you to upgrade to the gold yearly if you don't want to pay $50 a month. The difference would be $150, and you can reach out to me offline, and I'll give you instruction how you could pay the $150 difference, and then we'll make you yearly gold.
Okay.
Just to be fair, if you just took a silver membership and you want to upgrade it to gold,
right,
take advantage of this promotion.
Same time, you're going to get 1 free class also. Once you upgrade it, you'll get 1 free class. Make sure that you know. So pretty much in a way, it's like break even for you. You sign up, you upgrade it, and you get it. Our new batch of class is going to be starting next week. And on the next week, that's also you're going to be updating. We see that not very that many of you signed up. We expect you learn this. So we are going to, first of all, we're going to be adjusting our class schedule, and then that way more and more of you can join our class.
Thanks for watching. Visit our website, urbanhood.org and join our community at meetup.com and look for financial freedom for you. Thank you, and we hope to see you soon.